Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm furthering the series. I've got the second friend that is willing to share some travel tips with us, Earnest Thompson. He's a guy I met in the 9 of us that took the motorcycle ride up to Haijian Loop. And very interesting guy. I'll leave his link and information in here. Check out his channel and what he's doing. Anyway, let's head back and give Earnest a call. Okay, so Earnest Thompson, I met you on this motorcycle ride. There are 9 of us. We left out, we all converged on Da Nang, Vietnam. Then we went 3,000 kilometers up around the Haijian Loop, going to the north, up into the China border, and back around again, man. We had a great time. It was a pleasure meeting you. Got to find that you're an influencer, content creator. I don't know what the terms are.
I don't think I'm an influencer of anybody. I just make content because I like doing it, you know. So.
Okay, but man, what an interesting guy, and you've got tens of thousands of followers. CBS interviewed you. I listened to that. That was great. I listened to the hour-long podcast. There was another interview. I got to hear your background story. Just in the time we got to be acquainted on this motorcycle ride over two and a half weeks. What an interesting guy. You retired out of the military at a young age, and I'd like you to go through some of that, and anybody watching this could be able to relate to you. Just how did it all start for you? Give me some background.
Oh man, it started in the backwoods of Maine, like 10 minutes from the Canadian border, man. That's where I grew up. I grew up in a small town, and the thing is that, you know, I'm a mixed race. My father was in the military, so the Air Force brought him there from Kentucky. So he met my mom, and my mom was white, and my dad was African American. So here I am, this half breed, right? I hate to say it, but I grew up and it's all predominantly white. So I grew up there, and I just learned to blend in. But it was fun. I grew up in the woods, and most people, when they meet me, when you meet anybody, I always say, you never judge a book by its cover, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I grew up trapping, hunting, fishing, skinning animals, living off the land, fixing cars, building houses, tarring roofs, working on farms. I did everything known to man. And then I went through high school, played sports, active in basketball, stuff like that, having fun outdoors, racing stock cars, dirt bikes, snowmobiles, four-wheelers, all that shit. And then I said, you know, I woke up one day and my dad told me, he said, man, do you want to stay here? I mean, if you do, there's not much here, because if you don't get out of here, it's probably not going to end well. So I went down to the recruiting office, jumped on a plane, joined the Navy, man, headed out to San Diego, and never looked back. I was scared for the first couple days. And then after I got to San Diego, I was like, man, this is a whole nother world. And it was, man, you know, because I call myself a chameleon, a hybrid. Because I can live off the land, and I know how to navigate the city too. You know what I mean? I know how to talk and speak the lingo and all that stuff. So it worked out pretty good. Worked my way up through the ranks in the Navy, because military is easy. You just got to be on time, do what you're told, and you make it. It's not hard work, you know. And the military is based off attrition. If you do well, you're going to promote eventually. So I worked my way up the enlisted ranks to where I was almost maxed out. I had like 2 more to go. Then I just crossed over into the officer ranks because I wanted to make more money and continue to rise up the ranks. And that's what I did. And I retired as an officer. And I got to stay in San Diego because I did all the jobs nobody wanted to. And what I mean by that is, in the military, you spend some of your time on shore duty, some of your time at sea. Well, I chose to keep all my time at sea so I could stay in San Diego and do the jobs nobody wanted to. But I got to stay in San Diego. And with that, I was able to be at sea more and travel more and see more. So that I got to do a lot of deployments, man. You know, I got to go to Asia, Europe. I got to go over to Africa. I've been to Mombasa, Kenya. I've been to Brazil. I've been, you know, like I said, over in Asia. I've been to Dubai. I've been to Seychelles, all down to the Caribbean. So that's pretty much my background, man. I ended up staying here. I just rooted myself in California because I love it out here.
Okay. So then you got kind of the travel bug at that time because of work, right? And then when did you start going? Did you instantly just start going outside of work to travel?
No, I retired, and then my wife and we go on small vacations. We'll go, but we do it in the States, but But we'll go to Hawaii. We'll go to because there's so much out here in California to see. There's
Right.
people that lived there their whole lives and haven't seen the state. That's how big it is. And
Yes.
California's beautiful. You know as well as I do.
You've got ocean,
But
mountain, deserts. You've got
everything.
Do you have one trip that sticks out as your favorite?
Yeah, the one I just went on. that trip was amazing. I mean, it opened my eyes even more. I was like, man, because being in the Navy, I've spent a lot of time in Hawaii. So I tell people that I can't wait to go on vacation. We're going to Hawaii. I'm like, man, you don't even know. That's just a waste of time, waste of money, in my opinion. It's good to go see it, but I'm not going back. I don't want to go back to Hawaii. I'll take my wife back there, but I don't want to go back to Hawaii. Hawaii's just okay, whatever.
Okay.
But Vietnam, and when I was in the military, we didn't get to stay there long periods of time. We only got to see, flash, but we did get to see different culture. We did get to go on tours. Because when you pull in, you go out, you go on tours, in Jordan, Brazil, all that stuff. Stay there a week at a time, sometimes 2 weeks, But the way I like doing it is what I just did with you guys, man. I got there, I got to really let it soak in, There's no rush. We got to go here tomorrow. We got to go see this tomorrow. We got to go see that tomorrow. If you go over there with that mentality, you're going to be tired. You're going to be irritated. You're going to be miserable. So if you're going overseas on a trip, you better plan a month. You better plan 3 weeks. Because for one, you're going to have that jet lag. It's going to take you 2 days to acclimate to the time change. But
Yes.
I think Vietnam was really nice because the most expensive thing was the flight over there. I had a hard time spending $1,000 in 2.5 weeks. Whereas Hawaii, it's opposite. The flight's cheap. You're going to spend 10 grand when you're there if you want to do fun things,
Right.
So, but the people are nice. The weather's nice. If you go at the right time of year, the crime rate's low. You give somebody a pile of money and they won't take a tip. I can't count how many times I left something behind, came back hours later, and it's still there. There's a guy there holding it for me.
You'd said your meta glasses.
Yeah, I left my glasses. I made a video on that. I left them on my motorcycle all day long. Came back, and the guy's like, "I've been holding these for you. Here you go, sir." I'm like, "What?" I thought for sure. I was walking down there. I set them on my motorcycle seat when I was in my trunk, and I was like, "Those things are gone, man. No one's gonna have that." I'm sure as shit, man. They have them right there.
Wow.
And I also did the same thing with my 360 camera. I put it on my handlebars, came back down from China, and I was like, man, there's people all around the parking lot standing around their bikes. The camera's just sitting there on my handlebars like nothing. I was like, wow, man.
Yeah,
but
right.
I think the most place, I'm going to be honest with you, that last trip that I did, I love Brazil and I love Dubai. 2 great places. And now it's Vietnam, Asia. I want to go to Saigon next year when we do that Southern Ride, man. I'm ready for that.
Hey, any unexpected realities? Something
Yeah.
that surprised you traveling? What?
Another thing, if you're going to go over here, I would recommend going with someone that is familiar with the area because you're going to get a lot more out of it. I got over there and I didn't transfer. I didn't have a SIM for Asia, so he got me set up with a SIM for my cell phone. So now I had a number over there and a number over here. Even if you have international, sometimes that'll break down and it won't work in certain areas. The international plan. It's better to get that eSIM attached to your cell phone, or if you have a SIM card, get the SIM card so you have both your numbers. So if you lose one, you got another one to communicate. And we did a lot of talking on Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp and all that stuff, but if you don't have signal, you can't use none of that anyway. I mean, international plan's fine on your phone, but it's going to break down over there in some places. That's why you got to have both plans. For one, it gives you 2 numbers to contact people. And if you're out and about, we used WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, but if you don't have signal, you can't use that. So you've got to have 2 modes of that. And I tell people, just bring 2 credit cards in case you lose one, and have someone back in the States with some form of funds or some form of identification that they can get to you if you need it.
Right.
Great advice. For any amount of time. Because if you get out over there with no money and no identification, you're going to be in a roller herds, especially.
Hey, anything you didn't expect? Any mistakes, lessons learned the hard way in any of the travels?
Not really. I mean, I'm the type of guy that I adapt well to environments.
Okay.
So if it's hot, I deal with it. It's cold, I deal with it. If I've got to wear my clothes for 5 days, I deal with it. If I got to wash my clothes by hand, no big deal. If I've got to eat what's available that day, no big deal. But if you plan on riding a horizontal loop or something like that, you got to wash your own clothes, man. Sometimes when you get off the road, and don't bring overabundance of clothes. You don't need 10 pairs of pants. You don't need 8 shirts. I came home with 3 shirts and 2 pairs of pants. I threw a lot of clothes away, and I took a couple pairs of shorts. Bring the electronics that you want, and make sure you get an adapter, a charger, stuff like that. Make sure you have all the gadgets you're going to need over there. You're going to need a charger for your cell phone. So, a lot of the times you can just jam your plug into the wall, but it's better to have their adapter. It'll work better for you. And I was the type of person I was just make sure I had plenty of money. You can never have too much money.
Yeah. Any practical advice? Something you always do before a trip?
I always try to map out where I'm going, see where I'm going. Get some of the rundown of the city. I purchased a translator. I have a translator. Like, I knew some of you guys spoke the language, so I was okay. But if I get off on my own, I have my translator on my phone. But again, sometimes you lose signal, it goes south.
Yes.
Or you lose your phone. I have a portable translator that I bought, and I had that with me, and that got me out of a couple pinches. And have a translator if you can't speak the language. So I think traveling abroad anywhere, have a translator, a secondary translator other than your iPhone available.
Do you have a preferred trip that you would suggest to somebody who is going for the first time international or otherwise?
I would recommend Vietnam or Brazil.
Okay.
They're both beautiful places. What I like about Vietnam is, you see, people think Thailand, Vietnam is a third world country. I'm here to tell you it's not. Some of the technology over there is better than what we have here. I mean, everywhere you go, I don't care if you're in the boondocks, there's freaking Wi-Fi everywhere, And I enjoy Vietnam. It's crime rate's low. Everybody is very, very nice. It's inexpensive. You can get, if you want to sleep in a motel for $10, you can. You can. But if you want something nicer, you can still get a nice room for $60, $100, and it's a nice room,
Yeah.
But I would recommend they go. But if you do go, make sure it's not for a week. You got to go for 3 weeks to a month.
Okay. Solid advice.
You're not going to have you don't want to be over there rushing around because there's so much to soak in. But yeah, I would say Saigon and work your way around into the other places. Da Nang, Hanoi. Get up there and see all the sights there are to see. Because like I said, the Golden Hand. You can't just go there in a day, man. You got to go. It's going to take you 2-3 days to see that place. Yeah. And what I like about it is that you can get around and it's not expensive. So if you need to change hotel rooms, you can do it and it's not going to be a nightmare. It's not going to be hard.
Even if you burn, I've done that myself. You buy a whole week, but you're there at day 4, and you're like, well, I'm just going to go somewhere else. You don't even bother with trying to get a refund for the other days.
It's not even what, $60, $20. Who cares?
It's not even worth it.
I'll eat it. Yeah. So but I think Brazil is nice, Dubai is nice, and Vietnam. They're all nice places, man. I like Vietnam and Brazil because I like being around the water, the beach.
What's what's next for you for your trip? For your trips?
I think I'm gonna go meet up with Dave. We're gonna go to, like I said, on the sailboat, and that's next month, the first week in June, and then hit up Alcatraz. But out of country, I'm looking at October, probably Bali.
Okay.
Taking my wife over to Bali. And next year, I'm coming with you guys. We're going to ride down to Saigon, man, to all the cities. Instead of being out in the country, we're going to go down to all the cities, and that's going to be a blast. So I'll probably bring my wife over there for a week, let her go home, and then hang out with you guys for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, very nice.
So that's what I'm looking at next. Bali and Saigon again next year. And then who knows what in between. I might just get a hair up my ass and be like, okay, I'm going to Paris or something. I don't know. Who knows? But I'll definitely be coming back to Vietnam with my wife, for sure.
Well, man, you have the coolest gadgets. You got all the cool stuff. And I'm going to put up all your information of where people can find you on Instagram, YouTube, all your various channels, Facebook.
I don't have a lot of people out there following me and nothing like that. I just do this stuff for fun, I don't. I do make a little bit of money off it, passive income, but I don't do it for that. I do it
No.
because I enjoy it. So I just like meeting new people, and I'm always willing to help somebody. You know, if they need something, you know, if it's a gadget, I review it from TikTok, or you know how it is, man. I help you out. If you need, you know, got a question, hit me up. I always reply to people with serious questions. And I did start a group on Facebook on my page. You can jump in there. It's just a place for people to come in and talk, because a lot of people don't like to say stuff on main pages and ask questions. But sometimes when they're not in this, you know, main page, they'll come in and start talking.
You had retired at an early age out of the military around 42. You're now 52.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
what would you
10 years,
tell anybody who's thinking about going out and traveling, or they've already got the travel bug? Maybe they're just working for some number before they actually leave. What would you say, especially after doing this trip? What would you say about getting out?
Yeah. Don't wait. Do it now. Don't wait, because you wait, and it's not going to work out the way you want it to. When you get up there in age, man, like I said, I'm not elderly, but I just know. My father lived to 90, and he told me throughout his phases in life, he said, son, don't wait. He said, enjoy your life while you're young, because when you get older, it's not fun, you know. That's why I say I don't want to go on cruises. I think, and I'm not trying to be a prick, but I think cruises are for old people, you know. And I've been on Navy ships all my life, but if you want to go, like I said, rather than in the loop, stuff like that, you got to be able to move around. And if you go to these places, you climb rocks, see sights, move around, carry a backpack with 35 pounds on it. You know what I mean? That's because that's the way you want to see this place anyway. You don't want to go over there and sit in a hotel and drink cocktails and look around all day and then go down to the bars at night and come back. You need to get out there and see the stuff. You need to see it, because there's stuff out there that's amazing. The views, the people, the culture. The food, you want to be able to get out there, have fun, and get around. So if you're waiting to do stuff like that, and you have an opportunity to do something like that, do it now. Don't wait. Don't trade. Don't waste all your time for money, man. Don't do that. Stop wasting your time for money. And I'm speaking to the group, the guys and the gals they don't have 6 kids in the family. They don't have a home that, you know, they got to go there. I'm talking to the guys that are thinking about becoming expats, getting out of the United States. Set yourself up to where, however you want to do it. Go over there 6 months. If you like it, come back, go back, whatever you want to do. But I think if you're waiting to do that, if you're that guy that's like, just do it, man. Do it.
Yeah.
Well, they can reach out to you on your channel. They can reach to your channel on YouTube. You're one of the guys, or Rudy's one of the guys that can tell them all about this stuff, man. And I'm telling you, you're gonna have an experience in your lifetime. You're gonna have an experience that you've never experienced before. And when you go to Vietnam, like I said, it's not a third world country. You know, I think also, before we close, when you plan to travel to these countries and you have the Western mindset, look up how to say please, thank you, stuff like that, quick words, and also look up what not to do in their culture, because you make the wrong move over there and you're going to piss people off.
Yeah.
So being loud, rude, and obnoxious does not work well in Vietnam. It's not going to go well for you. All I can tell people is that don't waste your time, and don't, you know, money's great, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be the rich guy in the graveyard. You know what I mean? I want to see the world, and I just think that's the most exciting thing, is to see so many different cultures and different places on this planet, man. So much stuff out there. Stop waiting. Get out there and do it. They can reach out to you on your channel if they're thinking about coming over there. You don't need a lot of money. The thing is, don't think you're going to go over there with, you know, $1,200 a month and be okay. Make sure you've got some type of money put away. And I'm not talking about $5,000, $10,000. You know, stack some serious money and have an exit plan if something goes bad, and have some cash in the state someone can get you. Don't go over there with your whole nest egg, or whatever that may be. But have a place that you can, you know, have money that's safe that you can access.
Yeah, good point.
And I don't even live there and know that. You know what I mean? That's something that's just you got to have. I think, to go over there, make sure your finances are square, and you don't have a bunch of loose ends when you go over there. Because when you're there and stuff starts happening over here, you got to have someone or something in place to make sure they can put the fires out.
Yeah, very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Man, okay, well, I'll put all your stuff in the description down there.
Okay.
I really want people to come see what you've got going on, man. I was blown away by your interviews and stuff.
I don't think people are gonna really care.
Oh, I don't know,
About
man. Here. Okay, so I'm gonna put in all your information so people can find you, because I think you have so much to offer, and there's a wealth of information out there that you've got. So I benefited from it, and I want to thank you again. Thank you for your time today. Really appreciate you doing this.
I'm not doing anything. I'm watching basketball. I'm getting my fishing poles ready to go fishing tomorrow.
So good. Because you're living the life.
I do what I want with my time. And my time today, I want to spend with you. So it doesn't matter.
Fantastic, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I learned that. I mastered that in life. Time. Just doing what I want to do with it.
Fantastic.
That's the key to life. It took me almost 40 years to figure it out, but I figured it out.
Dang. Fantastic. Well, thank you, Ernest. I appreciate it.
Okay, Doug, you have a good one.
You too, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, buddy. Call me anytime.
Thank you.
Wow. Really appreciate Ernie taking the time to share with us today. I learned a lot. I think what I heard the most of was why wait, and I have to agree with him. Leaving when I did made a lot of sense, and it's just time I can't get back. So if you're thinking about making the leap, just jump, do it, go abroad. I'm going to bring on friends in the next episodes and talk more about some tips that they might have. Hope you're getting something out of this. If you are, like, subscribe, please. Appreciate it. And until next time.